5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This video is sponsored by True Gold Republic, the precious metals experts. Talk to one of their experts today about diversifying your portfolio to help assure your future financial security. Find their contact information in the description below and pinned in our first comment. Now, all I can say is over 90% of all my retirement assets, besides maybe a money market fund, are in precious metals and other commodities, mostly in precious metals. So I would never support something I don't believe in. This is real money. The state of Louisiana actually voted it as real money, along with several other states. So keep that in mind. The price keeps rising. Definitely. If y'all remember, I told y'all to buy silver at $13.25, and it went to $42. It's getting some support now. It'll be headed back up. Thank you, True Gold Republic. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is, well, not even really a glancing blow. James Kaufman. Well, let me play my little song. Hey, Teresa. Wow, that was good. All right, James Kaufman, World News Report today. Hey, Stephen. June 10th, 2024. God bless you and yours. No matter where you are in the world, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. Ladies and gentlemen, please share our videos. I'm trying to break through all of the filters that I am under currently by YouTube, and it's tough. Doesn't matter how many hours you work, whatever filters you have are hard to break through. All right, mine have been placed on there because of what we do, i.e. being Christians, i.e. be conservatives. So it's sad. It's all about the current government. They're in charge of all the tech companies. I had reports done on how many DHS, all the alphabet gang, FB, CI, all work at Facebook, work at YouTube, work at, you name it. Twitter still. Elon's got 50 of them, all retired on full government pension, making several $100,000 a year. If you think Elon's on your team, ask yourself why his entire staff is ex-intelligence. Well, and his mom and dad, right? All right, so we had a geomagnetic disturbance. This is not even a storm, although they're claiming that they successfully predicted this. I'm wondering. We saw how big that flare was and how Earth-facing it was. I'm wondering if we're not being hit with a lot more radiation than we're seeing here on the KP indexes. We only saw 6 hours of geomagnetic storm, or disturbance, not storm, on the Fredericksburg and estimated planetary. One way to tell, especially if you live in the northern hemisphere, is to take a picture with your camera, even your phone camera of the north. You might not be able to see the radiation, but your camera has a much better spectrum of the actual, light radiation, not visible light. It goes into the infrared and ultraviolet spectrums. So take a picture with your phone or any other better camera, and you would see the radiation in the sky in the form of Aurora Borealis. Y'all know that name, right? It's going to be a very light hit, which I find incredibly amazing. Now, they have switched up their forecast, and they have us being hit again in a second. We should get another bar here during the program. So I'm going to let this stay up because of that. And here, I just wanted to show you, we didn't even make a G1. This needed another 0.33 to make a G1. Didn't make it. So we really have had nothing occur. And that was on the 8th biggest flares I remember seeing. What about you guys? we'll get rid of, well, let's not get rid of that one either because, all right, so we discussed the M flare earlier. I believe this was at 6 UTC, 11 last night. I believe it was a 3.3 M flare. That was followed up. They're calling this a 5.3 right here, and then this an X flare. It was an X 1.55. I'm doing it from memory, but I will show you in a second that this is all one flare. It stayed in the M territory for about 3.5 or 4 hours. I really thought our proton storm would restart at that point, because obviously I'm about to show you all the cameras got hit with all the protons. I just want to know why we didn't go back and do a proton event. And then right after that, well, as I was filming, y'all saw that we went up and we bounced off the very top of course, just like the other one that was so powerful. And it actually stayed on that line for about an hour. That must be hard to do. In other words, they've erased the peak of the flare. A peak is a point, and this does not a peak make. They made this into, well, we'll see. Because, we have all that. The X was an X 1.55, like I said. We're currently running a C3 baseline. There was actually a time, oh, wow, they have really increased the percentages here. I don't know. It's not 3697, so we're about to see what it is. We had two filament eruptions, a C 5.9 and an M 5.2. Everything else came from old sunspot 3664, now 3697, and basically was eclipsed by the far side or far limb of our sun. We have a 25% chance of an X-class solar flare tomorrow, which is today, really, right? Technically, it's the 11th. A 70% chance of an M flare, and I mean, this should always be 100%. We've only broken below a sea level baseline a few times in the last year, maybe 2-3 days. We're currently running a C 3.12 baseline. I used to do a report on that. All right, so 3697 mostly moved around the limb before this happened. I want to show you how this. This is the 5.2. It was all part of the 3697, so it's not a filament eruption. It was a 5.3 earlier. Notice how this ends at 11:03 and this begins at 11:03. I'm going to show you all that picture real quick. I wish I could zoom in, but they're calling that the M flare, and right there, and anytime it goes down a little bit, they're calling that. I think it's one flare. So this is wrong. This is 3697 right here. I'm guessing this could be a filament eruption or could be, well, another sunspot or 3697. We just don't know. So let's keep going. We got, wowzers. We got a long ways to go. Short time to get there. 3697 or 3664 is around the limb. I don't think that there's anything to worry about there. We're dealing with 3710 and 370 something. I don't even know. Let me see if I can, 03, I guess. There's 3702, 3704. I'm guessing 3709 is going to be the sunspot that they believe is becoming complex. Now, 3702 was one of those sunspots at one point. Doesn't look very complex to me. But currently we have 3, 6, 9 sunspots Earth facing. It looks like we have several more that will be coming around the limb. This is HMI intensigram, by the way. All right, this is not HMI intensigram. I wanted to be able to show you all these sunspots that should be named, and we'll be able to see that better on SOHO, 324 angstroms here in a bit. Everything's pulled up. Everything seems to be working tonight. 3697. This was taken at 7 o'clock this morning, 7:06, I believe. And so this is all the way around the limb. Great to have everybody. Ooga. George, find something to do. All right. we'll continue. All right, so this is just a placeholder for me to remind me. Y'all aren't going to believe what really happened today, but we have it all right here for you. Of course, I'm going to real quickly, well, for some reason, there it goes. We don't really need to do it now. We'll just pull this down. And all right, so that was not what I wanted to do with the other part of this. I want to actually hit that button. All right, so let's pull this up here. Let me slow the speed down here for everybody, because this is about to get crazy, okay? This is the 8th. This is the M flare, right? Let's do that again. Now, they removed 4 hours almost every day or more. Look, this is the M flare, right? The one that supposedly hit us today with only a glancing blow that just created a geomagnetic disturbance. I believe that about as far as I can throw 190-pound weight, right? So let's watch this go into, this is still the 8th. These are all protons being pushed at Earth from the huge explosion on the 8th. Well, we were connected directly to that. Now, wait, we have more. There were 2 more you didn't notice. There was another huge one there. They're taking a lot of time out, and I will show y'all. Look, 140, 54, 1 hour. Look, and then another hour, and then another 45 minutes, and then look, another hour and 30 minutes, another 40 minutes. They're not being nice. Another hour. Look, these are hours. They're supposed to be every 12 minutes, just by the way, in case anyone cares. Definitely a hit on our camera there. Let's see what happens after that. There's the actual correct, well, they took away time. Look, another 45 minutes exactly for that impact. Now, whoa, that was a freak show. We're going to have to stop this. We just saw something we weren't supposed to see here. Now, I would like to show y'all. First, we're going to have to see this. There it was. It was. We got it. We got them. Hold on. What in the... Why are you moving? Have you on pause, you piece of crap? You see what we've got, don't you? We've got a planet right here. That was the huge, on the 9th, flare we didn't get to see. Up there's the planet. If that thing starts playing again, I'm going to go nuts. Look at that line. Hold on. Have patience, because this is big. Most of you have probably already seen this just now. But, there it is. All right. Look. What in the heck is going on? An impact on our camera from a huge flare. This is about 1042. Real quick, we'll take a look at, this is, and I believe it's 1042, probably this combo M flare right here that I thought might be a problem for us. I think it was much stronger than they're letting on. Oh, look, they moved it. How did it play? Oh, wait, it's here. Does anyone see this but me? So this happened on the 9th yesterday, and we saw it at 1042. It was a double M flare. But this is a huge, huge problem here. Right? Do y'all see it? This is an impact on Lasco. I want to show y'all. Watch these storms. These are all pretty much, here's what they call a double M flare. It looks like a double X flare. 2 hits on the camera there. And that looked like an absolutely huge. Now, I also want to show you guys, I'm going to grab it myself and stop this crap. I want you to see how many big asteroids. I've already looked. I'll just run it. How many big asteroids are moving? Wow, there's the planet. Look, those are all huge, directly Earth-facing. You can actually see all the rocks heading this way. Hold on for just a second. See, it's supposed to be every 12 minutes, not every hour. Wow, I was able to see the rocks perfectly. And we'll see if the real one plays. Look, another deal where they shut her off. This is so ugly. So many large Earth-facing flares have occurred. Look, rocks. Here come the rocks. There's a bunch of them, too. Look at that. We're going to have to go over this day one more time. Let's go over some of the rocks. Here comes a big rock. There's a lot of them that come through, I noticed. And see that right there. When they move very slowly like that, wow, so many impacts, so much missing data and time. Let's just show y'all. It's embarrassing. 1:48 to 1 hour. Look at that. Another hour, and look at this. It's all patchwork orange. Look, another hour. Look, it really was another hour. Just so you'll know. Another 45 minutes, another 45 minutes, another almost hour, another hour. God. And then here, this is supposedly 11:12, so that's going to be the flare, the X flare that comes out right there. I remember it was at 11:04, if y'all remember. And they're actually taking 30 minutes away there, but definitely the X flare. Look at the timing. I'm going to play this and see if we can't see the rocks a little bit easier. See if they will let me play it. Usually it won't play. I don't know why. I have one of the most powerful computers you can buy. But, you know, jackasses are jackasses. That's how it works. All right. We're going to go ahead and move over to LASCO C3. We can also see the rocks here. Lots of time missing again. There went an hour. There went more time. See if we see anything that's just 2 hours. We know that they actually hid 4 hours today on LASCO C3 and C2. And we'll see if we see anything out of the ordinary as well. Hopefully this goes through the entire day. It's actually really behaving right now, or they've went back and photoshopped it up, right? Photoshopped it up. Whoa. It's an impact on the camera right about 9. We should be looking for this about 11 UTC time, which is now. I should see a huge explosion. There I am seeing one. And there's the impact on our camera. There is, wait. Even on this, 12:42 to 16:42. Y'all can go yourselves. We're not going to show y'all what's happening at those time periods. Aren't y'all paying for this? Sorry, 4 hours. And that's this late at night. Another hour and a half. And then, wait, that was even worse. Ladies and gentlemen, that last one, we're going to go all the way to the end here. It stopped at 18:30, I guess. I thought it jumped all the way to 2400, but they stopped it. 18:30 UTC time, believe it or not, would be, let me tell y'all, 6.5 hours before 7 p.m. So it'd be 1:30 that they stopped this. And I just fed this, just opened it up. Now we are out of the proton storm. I thought today's flare would really push us back over at least the 10 million volts back over the space weather threshold here. But it didn't. You can see when it hit right here. Wait, it hit right here. Nothing occurs whatsoever around 11 UTC. So we're out of the proton storm, but we're still in a polar cap absorption event, which means radiation still pouring in the poles. So someone's lying to somebody. Look at this. Look at this. So they erased all their mispredictions for the day because they totally screwed everything up. If y'all watched my earlier video, you know. And they say, and I'll give you the times, this is from 7 to 10 Central, so we should have a print here 5 minutes ago. We'll go back and look. G1, we never saw G1. And then this is from 10 to 1 Central, 10 to 1 a.m., actually going into the 11th. This is all UTC time here. All right. So far they've been 100% wrong. We'll show you their model. We'll go through this. Remember, there's missing time. So, hey, this is the big question. I'll play it, but look at the very end. There's the camera being hit. That's the 11 o'clock, 4 hours missing, camera being hit. A second one? And then what comes out of the bottom? What comes out of the 5 o'clock position here? Here's the hours of missing time. Watch this. What is this? What is this? This is today on the 11th at 1:30. So that's 8:30 Central Time. Well, let's go back and look. Nothing. It would be right here. And nothing has occurred whatsoever. Unless, and we will update it. And, well, I think we're getting, you know what, without any Vaseline, right? Looks like we are headed up, but all right, I want to show you how funny this is. Remember, we just paid $54,000 to upgrade this, and you can actually see. Let's see if they updated this or not. Watch this. They have the flare. It's going to hit with 30 centimeters cubed of plasma today on the 10th. It's black. It's off the charts here. Here it is here. Earth, guys, is the green dot. Stereo behind, stereo ahead. The sun is yellow. It's a direct hit on Earth, maybe a little bit to the north, but nothing happened. They got it wrong again with their brand new equipment we just paid for in the brand new $57 million building at University of Boulder. And there's the guess right there. That's the impact of about 30 centimeters cubed. And look, so solar winds up over 600 kilometers, right, per second, which is going to be, well, millions of miles an hour. Millions of miles an hour. They got this totally wrong. And this is the brand new one that we just paid to revamp. I don't know what to do anymore with these people. All right, let's take a look at least the last quote-unquote M flare. So we're in a polar cap absorption event all day long. Looks like we may have come out of it, believe it or not. Regularly, when we come out of a proton storm, we'll come out of that solar cap absorption event, but we didn't today. We stuck in there. And look, they've even taken away, I've never seen them take away information on this, but they have. You know, I enjoy exposing these people for what they are. You damn well know that their buildings are surrounded with aluminum foil. You know, one of them actually admitted that. One of the NASA scientists said that aluminum foil seems to be the best thing we can find to protect ourselves. So we don't even get to see the flare here, guys. That was the flare. And we came out of the solar cap absorption event. We don't get to see the M flare, which was, again, this, which should be, well, again, eclipsed by the far limb of the sun, so hopefully not that bad. So I did pull up space weather, as y'all saw earlier today, guys. I probably should look every once in a while at the chat, make sure Tiffany's behaving herself. So I was going to do sunset, believe it or not, Miss Kathy. Yesterday I pulled over to do it, and then my dad called. The sun is setting in the west-northwest. It's summertime. It should be down at the equator. Me and my friends in Texas are tripping out. I showed them last night. I have a compass in my little 2022 Toyota SUV, and it'll say east, south. It's very accurate with degrees and everything. So I said, well, look, we're headed due east right now in 1488, 100% due west, and the sun is setting so far to the north. This has to be the midst of winter, or actually we have been moving and they haven't been telling us. This is the impact here. I covered this earlier. It went to only about 17 centimeters cubed. That was the high point. That was the high point of this. That looked like the worst explosion LASCO C3 has ever seen. They're telling us all of a sudden they're the ones that guessed that solar winds would go to 600, right? They went from 349 to 430. So 100 kilometers per second more is about 230,000 miles an hour, 250,000 miles an hour, a little bit more than that. And we can see that temperature reacted with both. Solar winds should react opposite of plasma. The last 10 years, that's how it's been. As we see the plasma kind of die off, the solar winds increase, and they almost get up to 600, where they guesstimated them. But we also have prints down as low as 430 right here. So looks like whatever happened is subsiding. It was extremely minimal. Our shields stayed down most all of the time, except for right after the major plasma impact here. You'll see some blue here in the shields. Those are our shields coming up to protect us, period. The temperature is moving with the solar winds, not with the plasma, which is not what we've ever seen occur, period. All right. We'll just kind of take a look at this. There's really no coronal holes, even on 193 angstroms over here. This is going to be the big flare that everyone thought right here. Well, I thought it was. That's today's flare. Let me see if they might have. Oh, that's the big flare, just as it starts. Hold on. Watch. There it was, right there. They moved it to just where it starts. Right there. That's the M flare they told us, right? Because all the X flares don't create coronal mass ejections, and they're never, ever headed towards Earth, right? Ever. Let's see if they do the same thing over here. Yep. Look, right at the beginning, there's the M flare, right? That was one of the worst looking flares I've ever seen hit LASCO C3. And I've been looking at it way too long. I'm 56 years old. Since it's been in operation, I've probably been looking at it. Backside of the sun, always a day and a half late. Even though we have 3 satellites back there right now. 3, right? And I have that pulled up. Now, maybe they're owned by the European Space Agency, but I'm sure that we pay all their salaries and pensions, right? Someone said, no, it's not today. Some person that can't think said, no, James, it's not the $12 million worth of natural gas in eastern Ukraine. That's not what they're after. Yes, they will spend $150 billion in paper and old ammunition to get their hands on those natural resources. I taught y'all the only reason we do caloric revolutions is because natural resources are real money. Real money, not paper trash, right? Yes, they're all filling their suitcases with paper, and America, or at least the smart kids in America, are laughing because the real money, of course, is in the natural resources. The coal, the gold, the uranium, the silver, the In this case, mostly natural gas. That's what they're coming up with, the $12 trillion worth of resources. And that's why Putin's ready to settle. We stole the country. First we tried in 2004, then we actually put some high-heeled dancer, is the nicest way I can put it, in power in 2014, using the same tactics they used on Trump. BLM, Antifa, you need those groups out there causing havoc. And then, of course, the voting machines don't always work right, do they? So, Caloric Revolution, Norm Eisen ran all that, remember? Janowski, the girl they put in charge of disinformation and misinformation, that was his right-hand man. He was just filmed 3 days ago at the White House with Biden and Obama. Normie was. Someone caught him out there and said, "You're the genocide." They knew as much as I do. And I know all about him. I've done 20, 40-minute films on him. And what's so weird is he's a Jew, a real Jew that practices Judaism. Nothing makes any sense to me anymore. Nothing. These are all being named right now. Get ready. There'll be no break. This will get more intense and more intense as we go on, period. Does everyone like to, when I go off on my rants and teach something, or should I stick to space weather? I think everyone should like to go off on a rant, right? We won't ask. What was June 21st? Well, remember, the sun now is setting. Am I right or wrong? The sun is setting in the west-northwest. It should be below me. It always has been. It just doesn't make any sense to me, guys. It's just not where it's supposed to be right now. Period. It's too far north. I believe that we have rolled a bit, maybe about 10 more degrees. Someone with a lot more education than me, which is hard to do, told me that we were rolling in about at 33 degrees, at least with our magnetic poles. So they say they can't see the backside, but I'll show y'all. They can see everything, right? We'll increase the size of this a bit. How's everyone doing? Dr. J, good to see you. If you're around, Tiff, great to see you. Miss Kathy, great to see you. Stove, howdy. Good to see all you guys. Catherine, summer solstice. I know that's the longest day of the year, and we'll actually ask Siri. Let's see if my phone's around. Hey Siri. I have 2 or 3 of them I can turn on. Hey Siri. She's not answering me. Hey Siri. What day is the summer solstice in 2024?
Summer solstice is on Thursday, June 20th, 2024.
June 20th, 2024. All right. And I'm guessing that the only way we can get different information is to go to Who would have ever thought that we'd have to go to a Russian browser to get real information? It's going to give you a lot more information. June 20th. All of them says the same here. June 20th. North and Southern Hemisphere 20th. 20th. Key facts. Here's June 21st. Live Science 21st. It says June 20th or 21st. Now, I guess what they're talking about is the evening of June 20th and the morning of June 21st. So we can all agree, right? That's a good way. Not division. Don't let them conquer us ever. Look at these sunspots here. I believe this is the big one that everyone's worried about here, guys. And I believe that's why they've increased the X flare percentage to 25%, probably going to 40 tomorrow. It's reverse polarity. It's white over black here in the southern hemisphere, and it's huge. And there's several more. This was taken at 8:30 tonight. 8:30 tonight, only 2 hours ago. And this pretty much shows us what's going on here. Some of our departing old friends and our new friend right here. You know, this behind it is not as, well, terrifying. It's black over white in the southern hemisphere as it should be, negative over positive. This, to me, looks like white over black or a combination thereof, right? It's 20th or 21st. What did you say, Miss Kathy? It's not wrong or right. You know, it's just AI. You know, they're hooking up AI to all your phones. I asked Siri, I said, where's the closest liquor store? Because I was out of my area, right? And she said, it's right here. Should I call or give you directions? I said, I want directions. She said, that's what I thought. Woo! That's exactly what she said. I said, what did you say? She said, never mind, Miss James, whatever she calls me. I'm serious. That's what she said. I thought someone was effing with me, man. Whoa! Soho 284 Angstrom's latest image, also taken at 8:06 Central Time here in the U.S. You can see all that bad crap leaving, and this is the reverse polarity sunspot here. And then I want y'all to see what's coming around the limb here. They'll be coming around the mountain when they come. That's now, right? This is not going to let up. Just the fact that they say that we're in the solar major, if you will, or peak, we shouldn't be for another 12 months. So I'm guessing this cycle is going to go much higher than they predicted, and that's why they keep revamping, as in tomorrow they shut off all this. We're going to have to guess, right? With all this inbound, all this shuts off tomorrow. Should I show y'all? It's a freak show. Everything shuts down tomorrow. Look. June 11th, planned network outage for this, all this. And we saw R3 today. A Radio 3, it only goes to 4, I think. And I don't even think it goes to 5. Let's see. I really don't think it goes to 5, but I'll have to look. Can't remember everything. Although I try. Will someone please buy me a cup of coffee or two? Seriously, guys. It's a freak show. Here, I'll show y'all what I wrote Twitter today, or what I wrote YouTube today, if y'all buy me a cup of coffee. No one's going to believe how mad I am. Watch this. Watch this. They try to hide it. YouTube did because everyone was, let's see. All right, here we go, right? Let's all read it. Is there any way we can get some of the filters placed on my channel removed? I get emails daily from my moderators, even, who are unsubscribed, can't hit the like button. Tell them my content doesn't show up on their feeds. Tell me they never get notifications, or they get them 4 days later after I post a video. I lose subscribers daily, and now I can't even go much over 1,000 views an hour. The filter was 2,000 views an hour last month when I used to do 7,000 to 9,000 views an hour with a quarter as many subscribers. I work 12 hours plus a day and have been getting less than 10,000 views on a daily basis. Can anything be done to remove some of these filters? Thank you in advance for any help you're able to provide. Here's my channel. Then they write back, someone better buy me a cup of coffee because I'm putting it out there, right? If you're referring to recommendation of your vids, because it's way down, it focuses on delivering content, which everyone loves me. 100% likes everywhere we go, unless we got George mad or whoever mad. One of these 7%, 7% sociopath, 7% psychopath, about 19% need mental help. So we're already up to 35%. So 1 out of 3 people you pass on the street are nuts, right? If you're referring to recommendations of your vids, it focuses on delivering content viewers like, their likes and dislikes. Learn how YouTube search discovery. So I went ahead and took the course for them today. I didn't even answer, of course, because I already know the answer. That's why I wrote it the way I wrote it. It's like they didn't even read my thing. If y'all noticed, hundreds of people had looked at the comment. So this is the X-Flare. Looks like it's going to take a hard hit on Mars again. This is what we have on the backside right now. I want everyone to know. We've got Solo back here taking pictures of the backside of the sun. We've got Osiris Apex. It was supposed to fly into the sun. They renamed it Osiris Rex to Apex. Ain't flown into anywhere. And then we have Parker SP right here that's owned by the U.S. government. Definitely can take pictures, at least of partial back of the sun. But nothing seems to want to do it. Solo right here, if I didn't mention that as well. This is the X 1.55 flare. They didn't model the M flare, but of course, they modeled the X flare. Right? Well, Kremos, we know a lot about chili. We like chili. Let's go look at your channel. Let's see if you're really from Chile. How do you know? Oh my God, you might be really from Chile. All right, so what you can do is, I can't call you. It's just too damn expensive, right? Out of my particular. Now, they did put me on a new plan today where I can call internationally, but it won't kick in for like 28 more days, something like that. So then I'll be able to call people internationally. And everyone has my number out there. If you guys want to call me, let's see what the ESA did with it. All right, today is the 10th. The 10th, guys. Let's see how good they did. So they were guessing the same scenario. There's the 10th right there. They've got it up at 45, 47, centimeters cubed of plasma. Plasma is one of the 4 forms of matter, right? Liquid, solid, right? Plasma. Does anyone know the 4th? Gaseous state. All right. So, and then they did have a huge increase in solar winds. This is the best they've ever done on solar winds. What happened to the plasma? It only went to 17 centimeters cubed, and we know the CME was inbound because we saw LASCO C3, we saw Cactus, we saw all the protons being pushed at those cameras. We saw y'all remove 4 hours every day, or every hour every day for the last 2 days. Are y'all like up in the hole with tinfoil hats on, or what? Or what? So if anyone buys me a cup of coffee, my whole studio is going to light up. So I'll know. Unbelievable. All right, we'll keep going. Planets today, guys. We're not really seeing huge lineups like we were. We really have never seen a big earthquake like I really thought we would, especially with that lineup and that offsetting Saturn there. It was a perfect lineup for a large geomagnetic storm and earthquake activity. Usually your earthquake activity takes place about 10 days to 2 weeks after a large storm. That's kind of why I kept some of this up here. So 10 days to 2 weeks. And our large storm was, well, y'all gonna have to tell me. It wasn't that far back. I believe it might have been caused by that, and it might have been on the 7th. Is that right? 7th? And then this is the big flare that they stopped at 9.666, right? 9.666. They got you there. And then we started hitting some big flares today, but of course, it's just a geomagnetic connection. It's not Earth facing. Have we ever seen a CME that exploded to be Earth facing? I mean, not unless it's a C4 flare. Completely ridiculous. I don't know what that means. Are you his real light? You believe in global warming? You have to realize that once I proved that the temperatures in 1932, 1935, and 1937 were over 20 degrees hotter than they are in the summers these years, YouTube took my video down, but I used the National Weather Service and their data, right? So we call it the Smith-Munn Modernization Act. Let me teach you some more here. This is where your government that you elected, Modernization Act, and this is the second one. They give themselves the right in the Modernization Act here in 2012. In 48, they actually gave themselves the authority to propagate or lie to other governments and other people in other countries. People in other countries broadcasting broad governance provide propaganda. But the Smith-Munn Modernization Act was actually put up in 2012. I believe it was signed into law. Probably should have been one of mine, but I took it down, guys. 2013. Remember, I have a photographic memory. So this actually, 2013, of course. When I say something, you can hang your hat on it. What does it do? In 48, it gave the government the rights to propagate foreign citizens in favor of U.S. policy. In 2013, it gave Congress and the government the right to propagate U.S. citizens for their gain in anything that they thought necessary, right? All part of the, well, I guess it was part of the Patriot Act, wasn't it? Whatever the crap they call it is. Apple pie propaganda, the Smith-Munn Act, before and after. I mean, if you guys only knew what I know, you'd be scared. You'd be scared. So they gave themselves an open bar so they could sit around and talk about it. And then they gave themselves the right to lie to the people that elect them. I'm so confused. All right. Everyone remember, if this goes down, I'm on Rumble, I'm on Twitter, I'm on YouTube. Y'all need someone hack my YouTube account, or not? No, Facebook Facebook account everyone needs, and I'm going to throw it down here to friend me here at Facebook. And I'll give you the address. And I know that the people that watch me know what the Smith-Munn Modernization Act is. Let's see if I've got it in one of my folders here. A lot of stuff has been moved for obvious reasons to hard drives that are elsewhere. I'm such a nice guy. James Kaufman, World News Report today. Today is November 25th, 2022, 11:30 a.m. Central here in the U.S. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world, folks. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. Well, I'd like to show you the Smith-Munn Modernization Act in operation, in full operation, per the media all around the country. AMC 2 Moon actually tweeted this out. Let's see what he has to say. This was tweeted. We'll start a channel. And this is what time it is. Watch the whole thing, please. And remember, these are all the networks, including Fox, ABC, NBC, CBS. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley. And I'm Ryan Wolf. Our main responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities, the El Paso, Las Cruces communities, Eastern Iowa communities, Mid-Michigan communities. We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces. But we are concerned about targeting our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. While running, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false news
has become all too common on social media.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
It doesn't matter if it's
extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Doesn't matter if it's Fox, who everyone trusts, CBS, NBC, ABC. Watch. I'm trying to teach y'all.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
We call these the 5 o'clock a.m. talking points. I know best because I have PR Newswire and AP Foreign for my trading purposes only.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
What a bunch of total puppets. So they're given a script every day, and all they do is read it. Smith-Munn Modernization Act in action, folks. Propaganda against the U.S. citizen. God bless you and yours. Share and subscribe. And remember, even Fox was included in all. I love to keep y'all honest, man. It's hard. So, hey, someone that I know here, send me a friend request. I'm down to 25 friends from 1,500. I need to get up to 5,000 friends. It's a whole new page because they stole it. Look, it's probably Anthony Biggs from Afghanistan. These are the real cool people, though. There's Dan. There's Mr. Ashbury. Lots of love to Mr. Ashbury, a veteran. Did y'all see this video here, guys? If not, go back and see it. They cut out part, and some dude did not even have claim to it. He used it, put a stamp on it, and did me while I was publishing it. Or they did, one of the two. So y'all couldn't see the police having to fight these people in Union Station, the train station there in Wall Street area, uptown. So it was a fake claim, but I can't take 2 days to fight them over it. I just trimmed it out. You could hardly tell, right? But it was the main meats of this. It was the actual physical part. New York City was taken by surprise. Hey, Ms. Lois, God bless you. That's my 10th super chat ever on a live stream. How do I celebrate? I don't know. Now, I got the 20 million views award about 2 years ago. I used to do 1.7 to 1.9 million views a month. Boy, have times changed, right? I've not changed, but times have. I'm still the good old boy. Yeah, I guess in 2009 when Obama got in charge, that's really when everything went downhill. Obviously, he didn't really go through the Congress in Chicago, Illinois, in 3 years to become a congressman, then to become president within like 5 years. Obviously, he's an asset. There's so many of these people that you've just heard. They're assets. Yes, they think they're doing work for their country, when in fact they're breaking every law. Every law in the Constitution is based on the Bible and God's given rights. No one can give you these rights. God already did it. So when you say, well, the Federalist Papers, the Magna Carta gave me these rights, the Constitution, this Indian treaty, there was an Indian treaty that gave them rights. They all gave me the rights. No, the rights were yours prior to all that. And they want to, smudge that, blur that out. Right? All right. Guys, we're going to be right back soon. There's a million things I don't know about. Kremos, if you email me at worldnewsreporttoday@gmail.com, I'll give you my number and you can call in. And if you give me any trouble, I'll turn the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department on you. And if you're out of the state here, you probably do 30 years, and they will come get you out of the country too. 30 years for, telecommunications problems. We'll just put it like that, right? So if you want to email me, worldnewsreport@gmail.com, I will send you my number. But if there's any shenanigans, that's my number since 88, and I was an attorney for 35 years. I know the Attorney General, I know the county district attorney, I know everyone. So there will be hell to pay. Now, if you have something to teach everyone and you can behave, please do call. But I see, I'm smarter than many people. I sense there's a problem, right? I sense there's a problem. Right, so if you can afford to call me, you're more than welcome to. I tell you, I'd give you Montgomery County does not mind going to Chile. I mean, it'd be like a free vacation to them. Come on. We already know y'all are getting screwed. Y'all got that America made all that happen, okay? They control the machines, and we know y'all voted for the good guy, right? I think they took his passport. I don't know if he's in jail. We know a lot about it, okay? We know a lot about it. Bolsa, whatever his name is, he's a WF puppet. So we know all that. There's nothing, we can't even do anything about our own situation, more or less yours, right? Teresa, do you have something to read? I need some words of wisdom before we kill this. If you're around. Yeah, that's my email. Don't send 100 emails a day, but hey, I will always use it. I'm only here for the truth, and most of the people here on this channel are the white hats. They're the white hats, and there's other channels that have a lot of white hats too, I'm sure, but I'm just saying, I'll speak for these people here. They're all a bunch of white hats. James Koppman, World News Report today. Who am I speaking with?
Well, good evening. It's Teresa.
Miss Teresa, are they really going to cut your water off and then meaning all of our food supply?
Yeah.
Did you see what I saw? I came and do the story. YouTube won't let me plan it.
I did see it.
So that's really, really weird, bad, terrible. It's like they're after exactly what I told you guys.
Yes, you did.
Did y'all? So you have to go to my other channel because I don't put crazy too well. I hit it pretty hard today, but you know.
Yes, you did.
Elon Musk.
Open the book to Galatians.
Okay, Elon Musk came out today and said these people are. Well, I forgot the word he used, but it was. I'm going to use the good word. Depopulationists. I think he used extinctionist. All right, so help me spell that, Miss Teresa.
GALATIANS. Chapter 5.
Okay, so we did 513. I can see it pop up, but or maybe me and you didn't. I don't know. NIV, right? Tell me if it starts this way. Freedom.
I don't have this mark that I've been on it before.
Okay. Well, does it start freedom in Christ, or am I?
It does.
All right. Well, I will just do those 3 words, and she brings it all together for me. It's been so hard for me to personally learn the Bible. I don't know why. When a lot of people read it, I just don't get it. But every time Miss Teresa reads it, it seems like she's speaking to me. So, with that said, freedom in Christ.
It is for freedom that Christ has set us free. Stand firm, and then do not let yourself be burdened again by a yoke of slavery. Mark my words, I, Paul, tell you that if you let yourselves be circumcised, now I do remember reading this, but I didn't have it marked. I'm sorry. Do you want me to pick something different?
Well, I want you to do what you feel is right, really. My computer keeps all that. I didn't know if it was...
I tried to mark what I'd already read, but I must have missed marking this one.
You know what? Maybe it needs to be read again then.
Alrighty then.
Don't you think?
Let's do it.
I think that's what we're being pointed in the direction of, right?
Okay, you are trying to be justified by the law, have been alienated from Christ. You have fallen away from grace, but by faith we eagerly await through the Spirit of righteousness for which we hope. For in Christ Jesus, neither circumcision nor uncircumcision has any value. The only thing that counts is faith, expressing itself through love. You were running a good race. Who cut in on you and kept you from obeying the truth? Somebody got off their path, huh? That kind of persuasion does not come from the one who calls you. A little yeast works through the whole batch of dough. I am confident in the Lord that you will take no other view, that the one who is throwing you into confusion will pay the penalty, whoever he may be. Brothers, if I am still preaching circumcision, why am I still being persecuted? In that case, the offense of the cross has been abolished. As for those agitators, I wish they would go the whole way and emasculate themselves. Whoa. You, my brothers, were called to be free, but do not use your freedom to indulge in the sinful nature. Rather, serve one another in love. The entire law is summed up in a single command: love your neighbor as yourself. If you keep on fighting and devouring each other, watch out, or you will be destroyed by each other. Life by the Spirit. So I say, live by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desires of the sinful nature. For the sinful nature desires what is contrary to the Spirit, and the Spirit what is contrary to the sinful nature. They are in conflict with each other, so that you do not do what you want. But if you are led by the Spirit, you are not under law. The acts of the sinful nature are obvious: sexual immorality, impurity, and debauchery, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, discord, jealousy, fits of rage, selfish ambition, dissensions, fractions, envy, drunkenness, orgies, and the like. I warn you, as I did before, and those who live like this will not inherit the kingdom of God. But in the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law. Those who belong to Christ Jesus have crucified the sinful nature with its passions and desires. Since we live by the Spirit, let us keep in step with the Spirit. Let us not become conceited, provoking, and envying of each other. Amen.
Amen. God bless you. So,
God bless you.
were you talking to me?
No, baby.
Well,
All of us. Me too.
Right. Well, you stopped there and didn't read and put your own insert in there. That's the first time I've ever seen you do that.
Well, it kind of struck me like, whoa.
That's why I asked. All right. Well, I liked it. Will you give us a little summary?
Let's see here. It talks about our freedom.
Now
Like
here,
we were saying earlier,
Yeah,
it was already ours.
yeah, I thought that was perfect after talking about the Magna Carta, the Confederate Papers. That's what I
Yeah.
was thinking about it. I was like, gosh, this was picked because they want us to understand that these are God-given rights. It's nothing that the government gave us.
It's exactly what you were talking about. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking when you were reading it. I was like, wow, this is them telling us it's not these paperworks. It was already ours to be
And
taken.
it's not selective. It's already ours.
To be taken away if we don't respect it and protect it, right?
Right.
And that's the hard part for everybody, I'm sure. And, again, I believe that you guys are the white hats. I remember a couple of years ago when everyone didn't realize what was going on, and I felt like I did more so. Everyone wanted someone to come in and save them, right? Everyone. And they still, a lot of people still do, okay? In my opinion, now this was a little bit different from what we've read before because this concentrated on our faith. But I believe it's a combination, as Miss Teresa read the other night, of our faith and our deeds, right?
Right.
Our faith and our deeds. Because with faith and no deeds, is there really faith? And, well, there's so many questions there, right?
And the answer is no.
Right. Well, God, thank you so much as always. God bless you. Always a pleasure.
God bless you.
Lots of love.
Later.
What'd y'all have for dinner tonight?
We had roast beef,
Ooh.
roasted potatoes, and roasted carrots.
Ooh, I kind of love even. I'm not a carrot guy, but I like roasted carrots. I won't lie.
Yeah, they're my favorite too, and they're so good for you.
Yeah, if you get them just right, they're very not hard. They're real soft, if you will, and have that glaze or that I want to call it blackness or whatever you call it. Well, hey, that sounds great.
Just good cooking, baby.
Good cooking. I hope they don't cut off our water because, your state grows a good portion of our grains and corn and soybeans, etc. Right? Now, what was that all about? How can they do that?
I guess we'll see, won't we?
Okay. Who was
All
trying?
we can do is pray about it.
Well, who was trying? That's not all we can do. We can call our stupid congressman. We can file suits. We can do so many other things. God wants us to help ourselves. He doesn't want to step in and hold our hand, right? I'd much rather have him come back in 1,000 years and for us to start getting along together as humankind instead of this kind, that kind, and the other kind, right?
Well, that's what everybody's talking about, the golden age, right?
Well, in my opinion, those people are dreamers, but, and mathematically what they say is correct. With the higher vibrations we're seeing, the higher frequencies we're seeing, we should be moving into a higher dimension. But if this is a higher dimension, we don't want into this one.
No, I think what that means to me anyway, I can only speak of what it means to me, is being in love, truth, and light. If you stay in love, truth, and light, and you don't let any of that judgment or hate or negativity, or you don't give it your attention at all, then it helps your happiness.
Right. Imagine
your own self. And we can only what is at the end of our wrist and our hands, and to know what to do for ourselves.
Imagine doing what I do every day. I think I'm doing it for Yeshua, but we'll see, right? But imagine how hard it is. And I only give y'all the stories that I can put up on YouTube. I could show y'all stories that I can't play tonight. You know that CNN tried to say that it was a prisoner exchange? Well, I saw the video on that prisoner exchange. Just like I saw the video that YouTube, the portion of the video that YouTube took out from the riots in New York. And it got ugly, guys, right? I pray that we're not more infiltrated than I thought we were, but with the numbers on the streets, I'm hoping most of them are just unguided college kids. But if they really are all Palestinians, all these people that have beefs, right? And I don't not blame the U.S. We're over there stealing resources left and right, just like we were in Niger, right?
Right.
By the way, guys, our guys are still in the hangar, and no one seems to do anything. They said they're going to let them go and let them come home this week. What's going to be?
They're not going to be alive.
They better be. They better be for Brandon's sake. YouTube took down that video, guys, that I
You're
did.
welcome, Stoffel.
Lots of love to you, Miss Teresa. Thank you.
I love you. You're welcome. Good night.
Thank you. YouTube took down that video, guys, about those 11 or 1,200 that were stuck over at that air base in one hangar with no toilet paper or food. I mean, I'm sure the Russian government's given them the minimum, but they took over all of our drones, all of our helicopters, all of our jets. It's $100 million CIA base, and we sold Niger on the fact we were going to actually defend them from ISIS, who we created anyway, right? And they put it in your face, just like the fish in the 14 on Podesta's hands. They put it in your face by calling it ISIS, Osiris and Isis, the original fallen angels. They put it in your face, okay? It's called gaslighting, but you guys already know that. All right, hey, does anyone want to call in? We might do one more quick live if y'all want to. On some earthquakes or some headlines. Well, let me tell you what's going on, Thunder Snow. This is what's going on. So, Putin is part of the Jesuits. He is a Jesuit. Let me show you. I can show you in his Jesuit outfit. So what they're doing is everyone's working together here, right? Watch. This is his Jesuit outfit. So I went to Loyola. They tried to indoctrinate me. So I know everything's going on. Also, look, here they are in their Jesuit outfits. So what everyone needs to know here is that they are trying to keep their economies going because they've stolen so much of the wealth from the working class. They're using what's called a wartime economy to do it. That means we just open up a new 500 millimeter shell factory here in Mesquite, Texas, with 1,200 new workers full time, right? That means they're running small wars. Nothing big, small, slow. The wartime economy has saved us from a, not recession, but depression. And everyone's in on it but you guys. Now you guys are in on it too, right? Now you guys are in on it too. But when I say something, I know what I'm talking about. Remember, I've been on all their computers. Yes. So without the wartime economy and all of the using of old ammunitions we created for 40, 50, 60 years and all of the revamping of those supplies, right? Along with everything. And you know what? I can't believe Lindsey Graham gave away the prize today. It's not a big deal to spend $150 billion you don't have if you think you can get your hands on $12 trillion worth of natural gas, which is actually all in eastern Ukraine. That's why we did our color revolution first in 2004, did not work out. Then 2014, Orange Revolution. Let's look Orange Revolution up. Remember, I've been on all the computers. Now, does anyone have a subject today? The Orange Revolution. This was this is our first try. 2004, 2005. Didn't work out. We weren't able to take Ukraine from the Soviet Union, but we don't give up that easy. Actually, in 2014, I don't know if it's going to cover it here, we did another color revolution, which is what they did to Trump. They put protesters in the street. In our case, BLM and Antifa in the street. They're paid for by the DOD, and then they fix it all up, if you know what I mean. This is why they hate me. This is why they hate me. I know what they've done and why they've done it. It's always about the natural resources, because that's real money. I'll give you $150 billion in paper any day of the week. Any day of the week, even if you steal all of it. Steal all of it because it's paper. For $12 trillion worth of assets. Some lady insulted me, called me names, all this stuff, probably reported me, Karen, because I told her that Palestine is Hamas. There's no difference. There's not one single difference whatsoever, ever. And obviously she's uneducated and doesn't know. And I'm not saying Israel's doing the right thing. I'm not saying that Hamas is doing the right thing. There's a lot of wrongs that need to be fixed, but the fact that she doesn't realize that they're one and the same, to me, just shows the ignorance of people that think they're smart. And trust me, she was a college professor. She thought she was smart. She didn't know a thing. Not a thing. You know, people that teach can't. They can't. That's how this has always gone. That's how this will always go. Period. All right, we're going to do one more live real quick here, guys. A short live. I think we should do a quick earthquake, and, well, we don't really have to stop at 12. We can do a full report with air quality. What do you guys want to do? You want to join us back for another live, or has everybody had enough? And anyone is welcome to call in, including Thunder Snow, Stoffel. You know I've got your number, but I'll let you call, obviously. Well, the German government is turning over Kremlis, just so you'll know. This weekend, the entire parliament, which we would call Congress, is turning over. Maybe I should do the EU elections so you guys know what's going on. All the countries, Hungary, Poland, Germany, France, for instance, they're all turning into conservatives. Remember, if y'all watch my video, I had to look up what the word that Elon Musk used. It just meant, well, it's in the video. Go to my other channel, World News Report. You can find it here. And listen to the truth bombs that World Report 1. Listen to the truth bombs that Elon laid down today. Now, of course, I know Elon is an asset for at least Five Eyes, probably 14 Eyes as well, and all these companies are slush funds. But doesn't mean that he's not going to make himself look the very best he can in the light, so that he can garner the most respect and power that he can, period. So let's get that straight as well. We're not going. I think we're going to come back in about 10 minutes, something like that, with a little earthquake update and volcanic update. Hopefully you guys join us. If someone would buy me one cup of coffee, that's my Facebook profile. If anyone wants to be a Facebook friend, we could be Facebook buddies. If someone buys me a cup of coffee, I will drink it and stay up. See if the studio's still working. With that said, guys, hey, We might very well be back in 5 or 10 minutes. I have now folders that contain all the pages, so I don't have to individually pull them up and line them up, which was a good move, right? A great move. Lots of thanks to Miss Teresa for reading, as always. Lots of love to all you guys. The only white hats that are left. I'm sure there's many more. But you know what? Remember, your Creator would much rather see you try to save yourselves than hide in His Word. And I call it hiding in His Word at some level. Right? So peace out. Hope to see you all in a bit. God bless you.